What if I told you that clarity wasn't about finding anything or doing more? It was about thinking differently. Let me tell you about one simple shift you can do, and it works in under 60 seconds. First, you need to understand that clarity comes from subtraction, not addition. Less noise equals more focus. Opening yourself up to clarity means that you need to be able to hear the whispers. It's going to be a whisper. It's not going to be loud. It's not going to be huge signs, which you may see some signs, but true clarity will be a whisper. So when those videos you see talk about going ghost, there is truth behind that. Put your phone on do not disturb, say no to certain invitations, and spend some time to yourself. You want to pause for a period of time so that you can hear what is around you, what is being said, what is happening underneath everything else. Sometimes people even fast. There's certain religions where they fast during certain times of the year, but you can also just fast whenever you want to. It's a sacrifice. You're subtracting things so that you're able to allow the space for clarity to reveal itself. We don't need to look. We're not trying to find anything, but we just want to be aware of it when it reveals itself to us. The next thing you need to understand is that language shapes your reality. We don't want to chase, we want to attract. We also don't want to seem desperate. When we say we have to do something, that means we're being desperate. We say we choose to, we get to, I give myself permission to. That changes our language, and it changes the desperation behind our language, because so many times we're running in a circle because we're trying to force something. So we want to change our language. We need to be able to open the door with our language first. We're not saying we have to get this, so we're going to accept any door that opens. We're going to say, I choose this. So I'm going to allow for the right door to open, and I'm going to be aware when it does open. I've already removed things. I've subtracted. Now I'm going to choose my language so that I can allow for the right things to come in when it is time for them to come in. And then the next thing is to narrow your focus. Again, we don't want every door that opens. We want to narrow our focus. What is the most important thing right now? A lot of times we're trying to clean up our whole life at one time, and that's not going to happen. That's when you get overwhelmed and you're going to run in place because you're trying to do too many things at once. So we want to focus on one area. Where is that urgent area? Because a lot of times we're trying to fill an urgent area and still do these other things. Let's fix the urgent area, put the fire out first, and then we can focus on some other areas. If you don't have a fire and urgency, but you want to do some other things, then we need to pick an area and start with that one. If you don't narrow your focus, then we have decision fatigue. We're doing too much. And then there is no way that clarity can come, because again, it's too much. We need to subtract. Narrow your focus. What I would suggest is that we don't really know how to ask first. That's that language. How do we ask? People will say prayer. So if you want to call it that, but we want to ask for the clarity. After we ask, then we need to listen. That's that whisper, which would be a meditation of sorts. It means calming the mind and focusing in, narrowing our focus. And then we want to be able to flow, allow, which means we need to create. We need to get into a flow state, which is being in the zone, basically, what people call being in the zone. So you can write, we can draw, we can do something with our hands, you can dance, but get more into flow more often so that you can allow that space that is now cleared. You've already asked, so you leave it at that. We don't need to keep asking and keep doing and things. And then we just allow the space. We flow. When we're in that flow state, that's when we can hear better. We've allowed the space, and now we're open to receive. You want to allow the space to be able to receive, and then clarity reveals itself. We don't find it, it reveals itself. As you do this, you're going to gain more clarity, but you need to start doing something that will get you into a flow state where you're not worried about the thing that you're trying to seek clarity on, because it's going to hide from you. For the next 30 days, we pick a narrow focus. How are you going to flow? What is this flow state you want to get into? And we've already asked. And then we're going to meditate so that we can allow the space and be able to receive, and we get into the flow state. Now, before I give you what you can do in under 60 seconds, I would recommend that you brain dump for a good 2 minutes at least. I mean, you can go upwards of 5 to 10 minutes, set an alarm, and just dump everything out of your brain, get it out of your head and onto paper. You're going to turn those thoughts into things onto paper. When you do that, you zoom out. but you want to get it out. This isn't mapping. This is not a brain map or idea map where we circle the main idea and then, have some branches off from it. This is a brain dump. I'm going to dump everything. Laundry, the car, oil change, work, this, that, project, kids, groceries, this, I want to work out, I want to lose this, da, da, da. All your goals, all your ideas, anything that comes to your mind in those 2 minutes, you want to dump it onto paper. Whatever it is, it doesn't matter. You don't need to do it in a list form. You can if you want to. You can just scatter it around the paper. You can draw images of it. Whatever it is, you want to set an alarm and just dump everything out of your brain. So for your 60-second action that you can do is you're going to change your language. You're going to, instead of saying, I have to figure this out, I have to do this, I have to make that money, I have to do by this date. We want to say, I choose to, or I give myself permission to, or I get to do this. So choose that area and start to change your language. Then you're going to ask yourself what matters the most right now. And it's all based around that one area of focus. I choose to move my body every day. When I start to get overwhelmed and all this, what matters most right now? Well, what is in alignment with me moving my body every day? Because I choose to do that. Well, what can I do? I can get up and go fold the clothes. I can get up and go for a walk. I can get down and do some sit-ups. I can take the dog out for a walk. Whatever the thing is in alignment with that one area, that one narrow focus that you're focusing on, I would suggest for the next 30 days. We only have, 2 more months left in the year. And so for the next 30 days, we're just going to focus on one area. After that 30 days is up, we've narrowed our focus on that. We've been doing that every day. Anytime I get overwhelmed, what matters most right now? I choose to do this, and I just do that. That's it. As you do that, clarity is going to reveal itself to you. As you're walking, as you're doing the crunches, whatever that thing is, clarity will reveal itself to you because you're in alignment now. You're in alignment with what matters. And then after this first 30 days, you can look back and you can say, oh, I did it for this many times. This is what happened. This is how I feel about it. Do I think I need to make an adjustment? Did it work? Is that really something that's in alignment with what I want to do in the future? Is that my future self? Is that what I want to go into next year doing? If it's not, then we change our focus. We can now reevaluate, and for then the next 30 days, do a different focus. Or I'm going to double down. I've done it. It's easy to me now. I've gained some more clarity in that area. So now I know I'd rather not go to the gym. I want to work out outside, or I'm going to work out at home. Or working out at home is not doing it for me. I need to get out the house because that motivates me more. So now next 30 days is my narrow focus, getting out the house to work out, whether that's going to a park, walking around the neighborhood, or going to a gym, figuring something out, going to some classes, some yoga classes, Pilates classes, whatever the thing is. You're going to try something different for the next 30 days. And that's it. This is going to help you stay focused in the area of most importance. You're just going to ask yourself, what's the most important thing right now? That's going to keep you in alignment. It's going to keep you focused. And you choose to do these things. You're doing that because you're committing to this for the next 30 days. And you're promising yourself this. You give yourself permission to only focus in this area. So when you get these invitations, when these other things come up, these other things you feel like might be obligations because there's somebody else's emergency, which is not yours, you're able to say, I give myself permission to say no. I give myself permission to take the time for myself to do this thing. Now, if I have time afterwards and I still want to go, sure, I can go do that. But I have to focus on this first because that's the most important thing. Because it's going to pour back into me and my future self. My future self is going to be proud of me because I'm keeping this a habit. Clarity isn't about controlling everything or doing 10 things at once to get your whole life in order in the next 30 days. It's about choosing what matters. Go ahead and try these action steps out today. Leave me a comment and let me know what area you're going to focus on for the next 30 days. And remember to eliminate distractions. That even means other people's opinions. They don't matter. They don't matter. For 30 days, I want you to focus on this one area. You're going to commit to it. You're going to write it in the comments so that you can hold yourself accountable to it. And over the next 30 days, clarity will reveal itself to you. And then we can keep moving forward Now that we've gained clarity, we're going to gain more confidence in the area and the direction that we know we want to go into this new version of ourselves, into this new year that's coming up. And if you're new here, go ahead and subscribe. Go ahead and give me a like as well. Everybody give me a like. Hit that thumbs up button. And again, leave a comment on what area you're going to focus on for the next 30 days so you can stay committed to it. And remember, nothing else matters. We're going to focus in that area. Ask ourselves what matters most. Change our language. And clarity will reveal itself to us. So until next time, continue to shine on.